On today's episode, we're mixing it up a bit. Gronk for football, that makes sense. Freddie Gibbs at my house. One of the best guys going right now. Love his stuff. So we talk music and other things. So Freddie Gibbs, live from my living room and life advice. Joining us from Fox Sports, part of the NFL pregame, and of course, an ambassador for T-Mobile. Once again, as we get ready for the NFL season, it's Rob Gronkowski. What's up, man? Good to see you.
Yes, good to see you as well, Ryan. Always a pleasure to be on your show.
Were people close to you excited that you were reelected as ambassador at T-Mobile?
Yes, they were definitely excited, especially my friend who gets 10% of the cut as well. He was the most excited about it because it keeps everyone going. But Friday night 5G Lights is back, and I am so excited to be a part of the action again this year. And T-Mobile is taking Friday night 5G Lights to a whole new level this year with its second year in the works. Obviously, you got to always upgrade every year that you do something. You got to make it bigger and better. And we got more winners, we got more prizes, and ultimately more ways to showcase hometown pride and empower communities. And this year, we're giving 25 finalists, 25 different schools out there will score $25,000. 450 schools will win $5,000 through 5K Fridays. And then the top winner this year will be $1 million makeover towards a new field. Also, upgraded weight room by Gronk Fitness, which is my family's company. Tickets to the SEC championship game. So we're going big this year. It's an unbelievable program what T-Mobile is doing. It gets these high school kids motivated as well. And it's just cool to be representing T-Mobile in this campaign once again.
Are you going to be at the SEC title game?
And no, I won't be at the SEC championship game, but it's just a cool prize that they just add in there. And if you guys, these high schools that want to enter, you can get your teachers to enter, student council to enter, your gym teacher, can sign the high school up, whoever it is. You go to FridayNightFiveGLights.com.
Nailed it.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
There's a lot in that. I don't even mean that just because it's a sponsor, but congrats to all you guys. You brought up something though, real quick though, that I think is kind of interesting because I was like talking to you about your story when you were first on the scene. Granted, you've got a bunch of brothers. It's a small militia, this family, but were there people immediately trying to figure out how to like cash in on you? Because you just said, hey, my friend's making like the 10%. So imagine it's a good standing long-term working relationship. But when you're not just great at such a young age, but you also have this star quality to you, what was it like navigating that?
My friend, first off, my friend deserves the 10%. Actually, he deserves more. There's no doubt about it. I just like to throw jabs in. I'm a ball buster. So I just thought that would be a great way to kick it off. But what was the question again?
Yeah, a lot of marketing commissions are 20%. So you're doing well on that.
I'm doing great. You're right.
No, but it had to be crazy in the beginning because like when I think about these rookies that are drafted now and the guys with huge profiles, just of trying to, I think the Patriots and Belichick and everybody would probably do a good job of shielding you from that a little bit, but just deciding like, hey, this is actually a good opportunity between this is just the next opportunity and I'm too young to understand how to filter through all of this bullshit.
Yeah, actually, you're hitting it right on the point. When you're a young buck and you got opportunities coming your way, and here's the problem as well. You don't know how to say no either. And you don't want to say no because you want to take you want a piece of all these opportunities because it's new and it's presenting to you. And you don't know the difference of, a good one or a bad one yet. And you have to go through the process. It's just like anything else. There's a lot of things out there that I represented. And I'm like, whoa, like that did not work out for me. That did not work out for the company. And then there was times as well where I passed on things. It's like, dang, like that would have been a great one. I should have never passed. And there's other times where I get overloaded with yeses and I have too much on my schedule and it starts affecting your game on the football field because you're so worried about what's going on off the field. But you learn and you learn as you do it. You learn as you go through the process of it all, of all the marketing and representatives of companies throughout the time. So I got it down inside and out now. I understand how it all works, the whole process works. But as a young buck, I was definitely thrown around a little bit. But I came out on the other side strong.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Good answer. Here's another young Gronk question. Do you think Bill Belichick, the college coach, would have been somebody you wanted to play for being recruited out of high school?
And another thing about the other question, though, is I did learn this as well, is that it will always be there if you take care of your business on the football field. And I've learned that right away, actually. So at that point, once I noticed that, I said, okay, let me just keep making sure I'm a great football player as well. And I'm making big plays and I'm doing what I got to do on the football field. Then I don't have to worry about those marketing deals. They will come. And with Coach Belichick at North Carolina, it's a mystery this year. I'm excited for college football. He kind of has that Deion Sanders effect right now. Everyone's interested in what the Tar Heels are going to do this year, but it's also like, what are they going to do? Like, no one knows. No one knows how Coach Belichick is going to be as a coach there. I mean, yes, he's the greatest NFL coach of all times, but no one knows what he can do in the college ranks. And also with all of these different headlines going on and so many distractions, how is he going to come out on the other side of all this? So I'm very interested in it. And with all the marketing deals going on and everything too, it's definitely new to him. He has to have a team underneath him that's dealing with all that, because I know he doesn't really like to deal with that type of stuff. He's a guy that wants to just focus on the X's and O's and teach the game of football. So he has to have a team there that's dealing with the NIL stuff with these kids at North Carolina.
Great answer. I think Gronk in high school is like, I don't want to play for that guy.
Okay. I just started going off and kind of forgot exactly what you asked. But no, I loved playing for Coach Belichick, and I would play for Coach Belichick if I was in high school going into college as well. First off, just his resume as being, one of the greatest coaches of all time in the NFL. Well, I didn't say the greatest coach of all time in the NFL. And I like that structure. I'm a guy that likes to, get yelled at if I'm doing something wrong, just to put it easy, just to make it easy like that. I like to get corrected. I like to, get put in my place, when I have to be. And with a guy like Coach Belichick, who's in such, a legend and so high in the ranks and knows how to discipline players, I like that personally. And it's good for me. And that's why I felt like the fit in New England was great too, because I can take punishment, but at the same time, I like to be myself as well. And it makes me be myself more, because when I do get punished, I like to amp up my play and show, hey, you're not going to punish me again because I'm going to dominate.
We all need to get yelled at every now and then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a service to sign up for that. Now that you're part of the Fox team here, you know what I mean? Like this is, I know you've been on the show and everything. What surprised you about yourself, about this job and how you've gone about it?
The preparation of it as well. Just being a football player, you think you can just talk football at any time, but it's a whole different ballgame. It's like, when the camera is on, you're not used to it. It like kind of messes with your mind. And you can freeze up very easily. And it's live TV. It's not like it's tape recorded and then they're going to show it later and you can have 5 different takes, like a movie. You get one shot at it because it's live. And you got to be prepared. You got to be quick on your feet. And you got to make sure you're on top of your A game. Just kind of like the game of football, you want to make sure you're feeling your best when you go into it, because it's live. It's like you only get one chance at it. So I always make sure I prepare going up to it. I know like when I should work out and not work out, because if I go in with, go into Sunday sore, it kind of messes with your mind. You feel slower. You don't feel like you're on top of your game. So I don't work out the day before, just so I don't have the lactic acid, going through my brain and my body. I'm not lying. It's a whole entire process. When I work out hard, I get slow and I can't think on, like that, like on the dime. So I like to work out like Monday through Thursdays and chill out and then be full speed on Sundays. And that's kind of what was my routine as well, being a football player too. In Tampa, I got off Fridays and Saturday, and then I was full go on Sunday.
That's incredible. I didn't think I was going to get that kind of answer, that you don't lift before the Sunday pregame show.
Yeah. I don't want to be sore and heavy. Dude, I'm like 36 now, and it does blow as you get older. And, you can take care of yourself and still feel young, but the recovery time is just not the same. When I was 22, man, I was just tossing up weight left and right, and you just go. You don't even notice that you're sore. And now, 36 years old, took a big beating in my career. I can feel it a little bit the next day. So I make sure I don't have to be talking, the following day after a big workout.
I love this. Yeah. I love this. I love the info. Now I'm starting to think about my whole approach to everything. Don't you wish you just go back in time and tell your early 20-something, being like, you have no idea how gifted you are. Well, I guess you became a Hall of Famer in the NFL, so it worked out for you a little better than me. But I just think, like, I wish I'd played in every single pickup game imaginable. I just wish I did. I mean, it sounds so stupid for a regular person to be talking to a pro athlete about this, but when you're in your early 20s, you cannot comprehend how just gifted your body is in the recovery part of what you can put it through. And there's guys right now, like when I look at guys in college or early 20s, and I'm like, you don't even work out now. You don't do anything active now. Like what an absolute waste of what your body is able to do right now.
It's really hard. I agree with you, man. And just to comprehend right now what I used to put myself through when I was, young 20, mid 20s, and was able to just wake up and just go again back out on the football field and just do it full speed. I'm like, if I try to match that right now, I would be on the IR in the first 10 minutes of the practice. Like, it's incredible. You got to really, really, really be tuned in with your body and take care of it in order to maximize, like how much you want to be in shape and all that type of stuff once you get older.
Do you find yourself, because I think certain people now with the platform at Fox, with your career, some guys, I mean, this is always kind of a delicate thing, and I promise I'll make the point here, but some guys will go like, hey, I'm the old head now, and like, I got to reach out to all these guys. If I'm a receiver, I got to reach out to the receivers. Like, I've seen this done on TV. I'm the quarterback. Like, and then I could also see some current players, active guys, not being receptive to that whatsoever, being like, hey, nice career, nice job on TV. Like, I don't actually need to hear from you. So how do you handle that? Do you talk to anybody? Do people reach out to you when it comes to this group of tight ends that we have in the league?
Every once in a while. I went to Tight End U this year. It was just cool to talk to some of the guys. They do such a great job there with George Kittle, Travis Kelce, and Greg Olsen putting it together. I'm talking like a fabulous job that they do. And it's not just learning football. It's just coming together as a group of tight ends as well. And you do learn the game of football. You get some points, some great talking points, in the film room from players that go up and just talk about, what they do to get off of the line of scrimmage, what they do in the blocking game. So you can learn a lot as well and pick up, some, qualities from other tight ends. But not really like that. Every once in a while, I run into more college kids. Like one of my coaches in the NFL is now in the college ranks, and they're like, hey, can you just talk to my tight end here? And that I give more advice, I would say, to the younger bucks, like the college level types, even the high school kids as well. Whenever I run into, a coach that's in high school, or somehow my friend knows someone that's going to be a tight end in high school. So it's the young bucks that really reach out and like to get advice.
How many people have asked you about Vrabel and realizing you just missed him in New England?
Everyone thinks I'm like best friends with Vrabel, and then everyone thinks like we won championships together. But I've never even met Coach Vrabel ever in my life. Actually, one time real quick at the NFL Honors, and it was for 5 seconds. So I don't really count that as truly meeting someone. So it's like we just missed each other in New England. I feel like we would have been great teammates together. I feel like we would have loved each other. We feel like have the same mentality out on the football field, just get the job done and go full speed. But I really love what he's doing here in New England right now. And he's just turning that program around. He's demanding discipline, which I love. But at the same time, he's also like a player's coach. Like he's breaking up fights, he's getting players to laugh. He's getting hit, in drills and doing the drills. But he's jacked. Like this dude is jacked as well. Like to be able to sit there and put the pad around you and then have a lineman come off of the line of scrimmage and just, jack you up with their hands and he just takes it. Like that's impressive for being a coach,
Wow, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that he was. I mean, I knew he was pretty well put together guy. But look, I've even have to whenever I'm doing interviews with guys and careers, I think I know pretty well. I'll have to look it up every now and then it's like, yeah, he actually just missed him, and then I've seen you be asked about it so much. When you're back in the area, though, do they want you to come back and watch practice?
I'm great friends with RKK, and he says whenever I want to come by, I can come by. But I'm going to be honest, like I'm a guy that, once I'm done, I don't really, I don't really like to go back right away. Like I'm still too fresh, So I would say I can see myself doing that soon, and in a couple years. But I've been invited plenty of times, but I would have to be really feeling it to go back out to like a practice or something and check out ball. But I love watching the games, following up on everything that's going. But to go out to the practice field, it's just not in me yet. It just isn't. Like that's why I haven't been back.
I think that's a great answer. Okay. I wonder if there's more to that because, like, right now you're less than 10 minutes away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, is it because you saw older players like hanging on? Because I do think the Patriots thing, and I wouldn't even say specific New England, any team that has that kind of run, that kind of history, I think they want that history to be around to remind the active guys. So I think that there's a program like motivation behind the whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
So, but I also can see where you're coming from because it'd be so convenient for you to do it like today if you wanted to, but your hesitance, I don't know if it has, it feels like there might be more in there. Your hesitance of like, I don't know that I want to be a guy that the younger players are looking at being like, hey dude, nice stats, but like, we're trying to do work here.
Yeah. That could be, a little bit of it. It's like I'm trying to hold on, and for real, I kind of am sometimes. Over the last 2-3 years, it's thoughts in your head like, man, can I still play the game of football, and it's like, I just don't want to go to a practice then and be sitting there and having those thoughts in your head yet. That's why I said it probably in like 2-3 years when it's not so fresh, then I could see myself like going back to a practice or so, hanging out, chit-chatting. I mean, I was there last year, didn't go to any practices. I just went inside the building for a couple of things that I had to do. And it was so great to see so many old faces that I haven't seen in a while and catch up with so many great people that I met throughout my time there. And I was supposed to go there for 15 minutes to do a Gronk spike thing in the Hall of Fame, the Patriots Hall of Fame thing over there. So then anyone can walk by and they can, Gronk spike a football to see if they have the same power as I do with the Gronk spike. And then I ended up cutting through the cafeteria and I was there for an extra 2.5 hours just chit-chatting with everyone. And also, you got to be on point. Like, you got to be on point. If I go back, like, I'm going to be talking for 3-4 hours straight, and reminiscing so many times. And to tell you the truth, I'm not a guy that likes to sit there and talk for 4 hours straight. Like, I'll be like, come over to my house, like one person at a time, like Jimbo, the trainer there, come over to my house, let's hang out. But like, it's overwhelming when like everyone's coming at you and everything at once. So just never really been my thing to go out back to a football practice. Like had the Super Bowl last year and we were invited out to go to the Chiefs practice and the Eagles practices. And I was just like, it's just not my thing to do yet.
Yeah, no, I think that's cool. And if you do go back, when you do go back, clearly you won't be able to lift for like 2 days prior to that because you're going to have to talk and you're going to have to stay fresh.
Well, in that case, I'm not going to be on air. So that's fine. I can lift
Okay.
the day before. Iceland, I have to be on air and super quick with it.
A couple more years. I don't know. I'm just, just planting the seed. Uh, the Chiefs coming off a Super Bowl loss. What was it like coming off that Eagles loss and gearing up and finding a way to get back and win the next year against the Rams? Like I feel like I want to ask you a lot of the playoff history stuff, but that's specific because I think anybody writing off the Chiefs is just, I don't know how many people are actually doing it. Maybe it's just because people feel like it's not new and it's not as exciting. I've heard some of this Mahomes talk that I frankly find kind of surprising, but coming off a playoff loss, and granted that one for you guys against Philly is like down to the last, possession. It's disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City got to put on them. So what is it like that whole offseason and building back towards winning it?
Well, it was kind of like that for every single year in the offseason for us. Even if we lost not in the Super Bowl or we just lost in the playoffs, we would hurry up and rebuild and know that we were going to get back to that point to have a chance to win a Super Bowl. So it was like that my whole entire career, my whole 11 seasons in the NFL. It was Super Bowl or bust, basically. It really was. I went to 6 Super Bowls in 11 years, which is just out of control. And every year, if I didn't make it to the Super Bowl, I was either in the AFC or AFC championship game or basically in the division championship game, which was just absurd to just be able to say that. But like after that Philly loss, I mean, it was a debacle here. I mean, I remember that season. That was when I got traded to the Lions. And because I was just being out of control as well that offseason. There was a lot more to it, but then I just rejected the trade. Obviously, there's that whole story. It's out there already. Talked about it plenty of times. And I knew, like, no, like I ain't going to the Lions. I'm going to stay here. I was just causing problems just to cause problems because I wasn't really happy at that time. But let's get back at it. I'm over it. I'm over the loss. Let's rebuild, and I think we have another shot at a championship. I got another year or two here in New England, and then we ended up doing it. Then we went to Atlanta and we beat the LA Rams in the Super Bowl, and then I retired after that year here in New England. So just always knew, even after losing a Super Bowl or losing the playoffs, that when I was on New England, that we were always going to have a chance again the following year, and just to learn from the mistakes that we made the previous year.
So I would put you down as somebody who believes Kansas City still has a chance then, obviously, right?
Oh, well, they definitely still have a chance, especially with Patrick Mahomes at the quarterback helm. You got Andy Reid, one of the greatest coaches, to ever coach in the NFL. He's definitely top 3 for sure. But yeah, the Chiefs will always have a chance. They've been running that division for a long time. But it's just like us with the Patriots. Everyone was like, they just lost. Are they not going to have a chance? Well, we had Tom Brady at all times. We had so many greats around him as well. It didn't matter how the season ended. There was always going to be another chance the next year, and they're always going to be in that position to have another Super Bowl run. And the Chiefs will have that chance to have another Super Bowl run for sure. I mean, they might not make it to the Super Bowl this year, but they're going to be in the mix, no doubt.
Can I ask, though, because you said about that offseason, because we've kind of talked about it, and I've read all the stuff about it, but I don't know that I've ever asked you directly. Was there a moment you're like, what the fuck? I just got traded?
Yeah, it was out of control. I mean, I was ready for it. I knew it was going to happen because I was being a little absurd over here. I was a little out of control, and I wasn't answering calls or anything. I don't really want to get too far into it.
I'm not asking you to get all into it because I can already
absurd.
tell.
I was literally like, there it is. I just got traded, and I was like, it ain't happening. I'm done. I'm not playing. And then I was like, I'm not playing anymore. And then I was like, I'm only playing for the New England Patriots, at that time. So it was a pretty crazy situation. It really was.
Was the Jets loss early in your career the playoff loss that maybe pissed the room off the most? You just beat them 45-3, week 13 of that season. And then you come back. You may have experienced it differently because you were so young, but that of your entire playoff resume of the playoff losses, that always feels like the one that you're like, how the fuck did that happen?
Yeah, I mean, I was so young, I really was. I was 21 years old. I was a rookie. We we lost to them, I think, week 2, whomped them like week 13 that you said, and then lost to them in the playoffs. And now I go back and realize, like, whoa, that was one of our best teams where we didn't win a Super Bowl. At that time, like, I didn't know like what a good team was because you're just a rookie, you don't truly understand the game inside and out. But it was a tough loss. It really was. And that offseason, I remember like, okay, I got a grasp of the playbook now. I got a grasp of how the NFL works and operates as a player. And I knew going into that, into my second year in the NFL that we were going to be dominant. I was telling my agent I was going to be the best tight end you will ever see going into that year. And he literally was like, and that was Drew Rosenhaus. And he's all positive. He always is. And he goes, Gronk, I love you. I love you. You're going to be a great player. But like, there's Witten, there's Antonio Gates, there's Gonzalez. I was like, no. I go, I understand. But this year, I am going to absolutely dominate. We were in my backyard running 200s together. I was like, no, I'm going to be number one. I'm telling you, I'm going to be number one. And he just couldn't believe it. And then it happened that season. And he's like, you call it. He goes, I was wrong. You called it. I mean, I knew you're going to be good, but not that good. So, but as a rookie with that loss, you didn't truly understand like what it meant. But then going into that offseason, seeing Aaron Rodgers win the Super Bowl as well, and seeing like, how much joy that looked like, that was like, okay, it's time to turn it up. No more losing.
Yeah, and you followed through on that. Last couple thoughts here before we let you go. As you gear up like your own preparation for television, and I do it for all the sports that I cover. Like, all right, here are the real contenders. Is there a team? Is there maybe an offense that you really like what they're doing in particular that maybe is a little off the radar as opposed to just the normal 4 or 5 teams that everyone's like, hey, these 2 teams or these 5 teams can win a Super Bowl? Is there a team that's outside of kind of that accepted group that you like a little bit more than others?
Oh. I really liked the way that the Miami Dolphins were playing, but like 2 years ago, it was kind of like a new scheme. And then all of a sudden, like everyone caught up to it like right away. And they didn't know they don't know how to make any adjustments and able to, take that style that they were having to a whole nother level. I mean, they were putting up 70 points a game. They whopped Denver like 75 to like 10 that game. And it was just absolutely wild what they were doing on the offense side of the ball. And I was literally sitting there like, if I was the tight end in that, in that situation and that offense, it would be absolutely wild and amazing to be because they just got so many fast guys. And then I would be the guy that knows how to work middle of the field. And they didn't have that at the time. So I was watching them like 2 years ago. Like that would be so cool to be playing in that offense if I was in my prime. We would be truly, truly, truly unstoppable because you got Tyreek Hill going, full speed down the field. You got the other guy, Waddle, going full speed down the field, too. I would have been able to work middle of the field like versus a linebacker every single time. I mean, it would have been great. But then they took a shit a little bit. They're not caught up to date. Everyone else caught back up to them. But there's a player I really, really like who's a rookie this year who I thought was going to be the first tight end taken. And it's Tyler Warren. And I watched him in his first preseason game. He played the first 20 snaps. And he was so good on all levels of the field. And he kind of reminded me of myself. I watched him at Penn State. I really fell in love with him. He had 3 catches in the first quarter for like 50 yards. He ran my play action over route. He knew how to get open and get away from the linebackers. He knew the exact target, like where to go, because it's a feel route, depending on how much the linebackers bite. He also ran like a Julian Edelman route where you go up 5 yards and you come back out. I never ran that. I was too slow. I was too big for that. And he ran it to perfection. A whip route, it's called a whip route. And I was like, damn, he's doing that at that size. And then he ran a 12-yard out, kind of like myself back in the day. And I was like, this kid's big and he can move. And he made the guys tackle him and punish him, for tackling him. But I don't know how he's going to be in the run game. I didn't see any of that, but I really liked what I saw in the pass game from him.
Yeah, I loved him in college. And it wasn't like he was surrounded with a ton of weapons too. Like there's a lot of games, especially you go back a couple of years where it's like we have to keep going to this guy because it's the best option. They moved around all over the place. So I like the actual detail, the extra detail on the route stuff. I also want to give your boy Jules a shout out because I know Dudes on Dudes is still going strong.
Yes, it is.
Checking it out this morning. You got the podcast. So you'll have that cranked up again throughout the season, right?
Yeah. Well, whenever I'm out in LA, I go to the Nut House, and that's our studio where we film our podcasts. Yeah, the Nut House, baby. Have you ever been on Games with Names?
I have. I love his crew. His crew of guys are hilarious, man.
That's why I did it, man. I went on Games with Names, and I was like, dude, this crew's great. It's all ready to go when you show up. So I was like, yeah, I'm in, baby. Let's do it. But we're doing great. And we actually have a live show in Boston, August 28th at the MGM Music Hall, 8 p.m. on August 28th. And holds like 4,200 people. We got like 4,000 tickets sold right now. So, get yours fast. We got to sell out. It's in about, I don't even know. It's in about a week. So get a ticket. Let's go. MGM Music Hall, August 28th.
Hey, I'm really happy for you, man. Happy for your success off the field and excited to see you with Fox this year. So we'll catch up again soon, Gronk.
Hey, thank you, man. And remember, if you're a high school, small town high school, and you want to win some good prizes, from T-Mobile with our Friday Night 5G Lights campaign, go to FridayNight5GLights.com and register.
College football is back, and so is the full Saturday slate you've been waiting for. Whether you're watching Iowa State or Kansas State or every game on the board, FanDuel's got something for every kind of bettor. We're talking about a 50% profit boost available on any college football bet type this Saturday. So whether you're tailing the favorites, hunting upsets, or stacking props into a wild parlay, there's a way to play and get more out of it. It's all happening this weekend only on FanDuel. Visit FanDuel to download the app today and jump into the action. Must be 21 and older and present in select states, or 18 plus and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. I'm really pumped. This has been a couple years in the making, connecting with his manager, Alfredo 2, just out a couple weeks ago. It's one of my favorite rappers going right now. It's Freddie Gibbs. What's up, man?
Hey, man, I'm here, man. Chilling, man. Appreciate you having me.
So the album is everything I'd expect because I didn't know what to expect. Feeling makes me feel lonely, and I'm not even lonely. The shit Larry June is doing on that. I would ask, like, really simply, when you're thinking of an album, you're thinking about what you want to do. What did you want this to be?
I was really, I just really was trying to make something different than the first one. Cause I made the first one with Alchemist, and then I when we decided to work again, I just was really just trying to just improve, as a rapper, and just get better at putting together albums, and voila, I think I just wanted to just add a piece to the series that we kind of made, really, to be honest.
Yeah, I wonder about that process, especially with somebody like Alchemist, where like your ear, his ear, the combination, the different styles that you've had over your career. Like, what is it when you hear something, or he brings something to you, or you bring lyrics to him? Like, how does that work when you're getting through something like this?
Honestly, I think that's the easy part. The music is probably the easiest part of this to me. Aside from letting all of the emotion out in the music, and, and displaying like the pain in the music. Other than that, like the actual process of making it, that's the cool part. Really with this album, I was more focused on how we were going to come across with it. Like what the cover was going to look like. Everything to like what colors we were going to use, you know what I mean? The whole, like, just bringing it across, visually. I knew Alchemist was going to take care of the music. I wasn't worried about that. Like, I really just wanted to just come with a different idea. That's why, like with this one, we took the Japanese theme type of stuff and, implemented that into the idea of bringing the album across. Because we wanted to, give people an experience, not just some songs to listen to on Friday,
There is something though about, I think, your style. And again, I don't know if it gets back to your ear or not, but like even, again, the piano and feeling. And then I was watching the Tiny Desk concert the other night, and it was like your piano guy was just supporting everything that you were doing. And look, as much as I love hip hop, I would tell you in my experience of going to like live shows, it doesn't feel musical. It doesn't feel like it has the melodies that I think whatever your approach has been, they support each other in a way that I think is pretty rare in the genre.
Right. I think, like, especially like when I'm working with like live band and live instruments and stuff like that, I mean, I know that I'm going to go, it's like Jordan. I know I'm going to go score 30 when I go perform. You know what I'm saying? It's like, really it's just picking and choosing how I want to do it. You know what I mean? Do I want to dunk? Do I want to shoot threes today? Do I want to, how do I want to score today? You know what I mean? And that's how, how I approach like performing, how I approach rapping, period. You know what I mean? I know I'm going to do good at it. I'm not worried about that factor of it. It's how I'm going to do good at it that sets me apart from everybody else. You know what I mean? Like what I'm going to do, my method of it. Every time I rap, I try to make like a new flow that nobody ever really did. So if you try to copy it, like, oh yeah, that's Freddie Gibbs flow. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I be trying to do,
Because there is anybody that's listening to the catalog, like when I think about Thuggin', you're coming out and you're like, all right. And it makes me laugh a little bit just because I've been paying more attention to some of your interviews, and the lyrics in that are like, I'm never going to change. And now I feel like you've started talking about how you're going to change a little bit.
Yeah.
Blackest in the Room, I would have one complaint, is that I wish it were like 5 minutes longer once you got into it. And then some of the slower stuff. So you are, it feels like constantly challenging yourself to change this up and not being the same predictable type of flow that we have from a lot of other guys.
I definitely want to, and that's what I love about Alchemist, because it's like every beat he presents like a new challenge, like a new way that I gotta like adapt to make the song, enjoyable. Him and Madlib, they the best at that. Madlib probably trained at that because he was giving me a lot of like weird ass beats that I was like, man, what in the fuck? How do you rap on this? You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, all right, once I like, wrap my mind around it, I figured out what he was doing, and he was like challenging me to become like, a better rapper. Like, if you could figure this out, nigga, then you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because, he wasn't going to get a beat to nobody else, and they wasn't going to do what I was going to do to it. So like when I got like a beat like Thuggin', it was just like a little loop, and I was just like, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna rap on this shit. And then, sometimes you gotta go like draw inspiration. So I like went to go like listen to like some like Raekwon, some Ghostface and shit like that. And I was like, I'm gonna approach this as if how they would approach it. And, just put my own flavor on it.
Some of the Madlib stuff, my brother who's younger introduced me to him because I have like some gaps where I would get frustrated. So I was like, I think I'm out now.
All right.
And I mean, that's just another level of just how he's like, I was just so fired up for you to be doing anything with him over the years, just because like if you like Madlib, you're just kind of a different guay.
Yeah, I agree. I wasn't really hip to Madlib until I started really until Lambo put me in tune with it and had me start working with him. And then, then we just got super close like that, And like I said, working with him made me a better rapper than I was before. So, it like sharpened me up. It, I think, that's the reason why I can, do this, Alfredo 2 now to this day and had a longevity that I got, because I got sharp during those days. It was like training.
The other thing I really, I was, it seems like there's a whole generation of people that didn't listen to De La Soul, right? Because they weren't available in any of the streaming, right. And then you just get flooded with it. And you're like, I'll put on Stakes is High. And if it came out last week, I wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
Right. That's probably like the best compliment you can give to some of the stuff. Like, how long has this been out? And then it just sounds this good. That's kind of how I feel about with you, where if somebody had said, hey, have you ever heard Freddie Gibbs before? Maybe the first time I would hear it, I'd be like, what year did this come out? And then if somebody said, no, this came out last week,
right.
That, again, it speaks to your originality and everything that we're talking about that you're trying to do. Because I think it's really simple for me being older and going like, oh, hey, I hate all of it across the board now. Like, what the hell's that guy doing? That doesn't even sound real. Like, that's not even a verse. I don't even know what the fuck that was. He rhymed the same word 12 times.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's your influence over your years. Like, what was the first thing that you heard where you're like, I'm doing this?
The first thing that I heard that made me be like, I'm gonna rap.
Well, I guess there's probably like a gap between inspired and then actually making that decision professionally.
The first rapper that made me be like, yeah, I'm a rap was 50 Cent. That's when I was like, oh yeah, I'm a rap. I love what he's doing. I'm gonna do that too. That's the first person that made me like be like I want to rap. The first person that like made me like fall in love with rap, period, as a child, was Scarface. You know, when I heard like Mr. Scarface and like We Can't Be Stopped, that was like, you know, it clicked because it was like I could relate to everything they were saying, you know what I'm saying? Everything that he was rapping about, I was seeing when I walked out the door. So it was, you know, that clicked for me.
So if you think about like, it's funny that you brought up 50 Cent because I was thinking about it in preparation for this, and that like it wasn't just that he was so different. Go ahead.
I admire this whole hustle about the game, like with the G Unit mixtapes, from the G Unit, everything that he was doing, like the business side of it was, you know, it was impressive to me. That was real inspiring. Okay,
because this is going to sound really stupid, but I'll share it with you. There's an authenticity part of it that you have to have, I think, to be taken seriously. You know, depending on like which lane you want to be in. You know, right. I mean, it's funny for De La Soul, like they didn't have to deal with any of the shit from the jump.
They're just themselves. I think overall, you just got to be yourself, and you know, who you are is gonna like shine into your music automatically. I think you could tell when somebody's faking. You know what I mean?
You might be able to. Like if I was in high school, I didn't know any better, right? There was no way to even look at any of this stuff.
I listen back to old stuff and I'd be like, damn, yeah, he was definitely not doing that shit that he was rapping about.
But was it your own background that once you learned about 50 Cent that you were like, okay, like this actually might be possible? Because I know that, you know, this is 20 years ago, but I remember me and my friends first started listening to him, and it's really stupid, but it's kind of the rule of the consumer, as they were like, oh, and he got shot too. And it's like, you know, there's a reason why
that just added to the mystique. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it's bullshit, but it's how we felt, you know, it's stupid, but I'll admit it.
It was just like an underdog story to me, you know, and that's what made me really interested in it. You know what I mean? Like everybody was going against him, trying to stop him from getting signed and stuff like that. And then they shot him and all of that. Like I said, you know, he made a song about hated the love of the underdog so top. I mean, it was a real underdog story. So I think America loved that.
When you told your friends you were like, I think I'm going to rap, how did that go over?
They was laughing at me a little bit. Some of them was laughing at me. Some of them supported, you know what I mean? And, you know, the ones that did, they're still around, and the ones that didn't, you know.
Did you kind of know though, like, was there somebody, because you're also coming from an area where it's not like you're,
right,
you know, exposed to all of this stuff.
Correct.
So there has to be this like moment where maybe even you don't believe it. It's like, well, I got to go out here and do this. I'm always kind of curious about like that phase of convincing yourself, or was it pretty evident immediately that you had the talent to be able to do it?
I think it was pretty evident immediately. Like, I think that I was always like the best rapper in every room I walked in where I was from. Like, immediately. Like, it wasn't no question. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you know, if you was going in there and I was doing a session and you was getting on a song with me, you know, you had to, you know, I was known for that. You know what I'm saying? I was a killer from the jump. I don't even know how it came about or what because I didn't like rap in high school or anything like that. I never like practiced it or anything of that nature. It was, you know, God just put it in me, you know, and I just, and I, you know, I know rap very well, you know, from studying and being a fan of it. So, you know, I just looked at a lot of like do's and don'ts, what not to do, what to do, things that I would try.
What didn't you want to do?
What didn't I want to do?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I didn't want to rap bad. You know what I'm saying?
Good start.
I didn't want to, you know, had a worse verse on a song. You know what I mean? Because when I started out, it'd be songs. It'd be like 8 guys on it or something like that. You know, it was just all about just not having the worst verse or having the best verse. You know what I mean? On certain things, and you know, I don't know. The fact that I always looked at it as a competitive thing, I think kind of made me better at it. It really made me hone in on being, a good rapper, so to speak. You know what I mean? And, and just listening to, like I said, great rappers like Scarface, Tupac, Jay-Z. I know those, are cliche names, but I mean, their names are up there for a reason,
Yeah, that's a good point too, though, because I don't like whatever anybody puts together their top 5 or whatever, like rarely is anybody like, hey, that guy's super popular, but he actually sucks. I think it happens in other music where
that shit kind of fluctuates, I think, you know what I mean? Because it's like sports, man. With every era, things change with rap and things of that nature. So, I think a top 5, top 10 could kind of like fluctuate, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And obviously there's a little personal taste, but it's usually like the same collection of names, like it's hard to crack the top 5
That's
NBA
true.
ever.
I agree. That's true. Yeah,
so maybe in that 6 to 15 range is changing.
Yeah, it does change, I think.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, everybody always talks about like, hell, I went to go see Del Funky Homo Sapien for Deltron 3030, the anniversary for that. And like everybody laughs at me because I'm like, he's my favorite. Right. He's like, just because of his ability to put all these different things together. And then I get kind of the reaction I just got from you where it's like, oh, that's an interesting one.
Right. See, I got Lil Wayne in my top 5. Maybe I didn't probably like 10 years ago, but I do now, I think, over the overall body of work, I would say. I think that he's a top 5 rapper of all time, I would say.
Do you think you look at it differently though? I mean, because you're doing it?
Yeah. I mean, I know me doing it, I kind of like stay out of those conversations about like who's the best rapper thing. But sometimes I can step back as a fan and look at it. But like me doing it, I could really look at another rapper and be like, and listen to him and technically be like, oh shit, that was impressive. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I need to work on that. You know what I mean? If I want to do that, or if I want to, rap like that, or take something from that. We all as rappers, listen to each other and compare and contrast, you know what I'm saying? And I know when some shit is impressive and I know when some shit is not, you know what I'm saying? So, I know when somebody's a rapper's rapper, I'll be like, yeah, he really doing what he's supposed to do.
I grabbed you that water and then I forgot to give it to you.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Well, it's there. If
ain't no liquor in there, is it?
We could do that for you.
Oh man, I'm going sober for the month before my tour.
So we only got a couple more weeks?
Yeah, man.
Sober August. You don't hear that a lot.
You know what, man? I went so hard in fucking April, May, June, July. Like, I feel like, bro, I've been going hard. Like, because I knew this album was about to come out and shit. So and my birthday came up. I just been like partying and shit. I always get fat during the summer. I got fat this summer and shit. So I was like, all right, let me get myself back right, ready for tour and shit. Because I got all in shape for the movie and shit, for the Alfredo shit, doing the karate shit and swords. And I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I need to take a break. So this summer, I was just doing bullshit. I was eating whatever the fuck I wanted to eat. A lot of strip club food, wings and shit. You know what I mean? Just fucking off, not really working out. So now I'm back on my routine before the tour start.
I got to admit, I don't know if it's a cultural thing. I've never been super hungry at strip clubs, and yet I feel like I'm missing out.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You are. They got some of the best cuisine in America. Like, I just came up here and asked you, do they have good food around here? I will take you to some strip clubs where they have great food.
Not in Inglewood?
In Inglewood?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Go see, the checks out.
Might have to leave the state.
Have to leave the state. Yeah, I don't know.
State.
When I go to Atlanta now, it's not the first thing. It's usually kind of a stopover for me now.
I ain't been in Atlanta in a while, but I could definitely take you to some strip clubs with some good food.
All right, we're gonna put
Miami
that on the to-do list.
Definitely for sure.
So, are you in Miami now, or are you here?
I'll be back and forth.
Where do you like it the most right now?
This summer, man, like I was like, let me really take a break because I've been living in LA so long. I was like, let me like live in Miami and like live in Chicago.
That's because you were like on vacation from normal.
Yeah, I just been like chilling. I just been floating. I don't really live nowhere. I just live wherever I lay my hat is my home, man. I don't know where I live. You know what I'm saying? I stayed in Europe so long this summer. I was like, damn, do I live here? I was in Europe from like June to like fucking the end of July. Like, so shit.
What place overseas loves you the most?
That's a good question. I don't know, man.
It seems like you have an answer. You're a big smile.
I could live in Paris and I don't even need to speak French. They just do everything. They love me over there. I could live over there. Shit, man. I don't know, dog. I just came from Morocco. They were showing me love. I don't know, dog. I just love traveling, man. You know, being from Gary, Indiana, man, and just being able to experience all of the stuff that I experienced, man, it's a blessing, man. I don't take a day of it for granted.
It's got to be wild, though. Like, I'm just trying to imagine
It definitely
a little
is wild.
bit, like where you come from, and then to just like run through Paris and everybody knows that it's you.
Yeah, I be in Paris riding bikes. People be like, Freddie. I'm like, yeah, I just be chilling. I like going places where I could just be normal and just chill, you know, ride a bike, go get a cup of coffee. And
so you can just leave, you can actually leave your hotel.
Yeah, I can leave the hotel. Yeah.
Right.
Some people, I mean, people gonna fuck with me for pictures a little bit, but I don't give a fuck about that. That's what you do it for, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not worried about nobody like fucking fighting me or no shit like that. So I be chilling. You know what I mean? I like, you know, mixing amongst the people. I don't know. I'm one of those type of guys, man.
I asked somebody about you that it works in the industry, and I was like, what, you know, why? Like, I think he's so much better than all of these dudes right now. What is it about him that there feels like, I don't know, maybe it's like deciding on the marketing side, like, I'm only going to be this dude and I'm going to just be the biggest self-promoter ever. I mean, look, hip hop is a lot of self-promotion. And he gave me like a really good example of it. He was like, look, to be honest with you, he's his own guy. Like, he's not caught up in a lot of the bullshit. And because he's his own guy, it's not necessarily that he doesn't have like alleys. And he's also from Gary, Indiana. So he's not like from a hotbed of hip hop.
Yeah.
That, you know, I don't want to describe you. Look, I met you 20 minutes ago, but I thought it was a good explanation. I don't know if that makes sense to you, that you are just kind of doing it the way you're going to do it. And I think it makes it awesome for us. But sometimes you wonder, like, are you getting everything out of it that you want?
Yeah, I say so. Yeah, I would say I'm getting everything out of it that I want. I love it. I love my job. I don't, you know, there's a lot of people that wake up every day and complain about what they do. Like, I kind of, you know, I do what I want to do. You know, it's kind of cool. I like it.
Then it's not like I'm trying to hint at your managers to get you on a game show or some shit like that. So I hope that
I would love to be on a game show.
Well, all right, never mind then.
I would love to be on a game show like fucking Wheel of Fortune or some shit like that.
Hosting it?
Hosting.
5 night, all that's taping?
I would do that. Like Steve Harvey do Family Feud. I would do that.
Really?
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. That's fucking some shit. Being on some shit that my mama watched, that'd be tight.
I wonder what the lyrics, what the inspiration would be after like a couple seasons. You know what I
don't want to do?
Well, yeah, let's do the list of things
I
you
don't want to do a podcast.
Feels a little personal.
No, not that it's not cool to do a podcast. I just don't know if I'll be good at it. And for a rapper to do it, I feel like you kind of got to like not be rapping anymore. It's like it's like when basketball players that still playing do podcasts and stuff like that. I don't really fuck with that. I'm like, man, focus on the game. I feel like I got to focus on being the best rapper I could be before I do something like that. You know what I mean? In my opinion, you know.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. Look, because
I think that I'd be just like, if I decided to do that, I'd just be tarnishing my like rap legacy. It's still, you know, got shit to add to it. You know what I mean? So
you think doing a podcast would tarnish your legacy more than hosting Family Feud for a couple seasons?
Yeah, I'd rather host fucking Family Feud.
Well, the seed is planted. Steve Harvey's not going to be around forever.
No, he's not going to be around forever. They're going to need another bald nigga to do that shit. It could be me. I'd definitely take that job. I would love to do that.
I can tell you, as a podcast host, I wish I had done some other things, but things have worked out. So,
hey, man, shit, it's working out good. This is fucking beautiful over here. I told you, this is a very white neighborhood you're in. This is great. This is fucking amazing.
I don't know what the demographics are. We could take you over to Bruce's Beach a little bit later, explain some of the history if you want.
Only like black people I see over here is like at Dockweiler Beach.
Yeah, you want to know what the line is parking. There's no parking in this town. So it can be July.
Love it over here, man. It's beautiful.
It can be July 4th out there, and you would think it's an off weekend because there's nowhere to park here. And then as soon as you get a little north and there's parking,
I like it. You can walk your dog over here and shit.
You can.
Yeah.
You can't bring him on the beach, but around
you can't bring a dog on the beach?
Around sundown, they're a little lenient about it.
My dog would be shitting all over this beach.
They'd be right on you. But then you might get away with it because you're Freddie Gibbs.
I mean, I'll pick it up.
As long as you pick it up. That's all. That's all the community's asking for.
Yeah, just pick it up. I hate motherfuckers that got no etiquette with their fucking dogs. I used to live downtown LA. Motherfuckers, the dogs just shit. One day I stepped in some shit.
Fendi's?
I'm
just wondering what kind of shoe you had on.
Oh, no, not fucking Fendi's. No.
I was just trying to guess. I guess wrong.
You think all black people wear designer from head to toe?
I thought you did.
You think I wear designer clothes from head to toe?
Well,
Fendi shoes?
Have you seen some of your album covers? You're not dressed down.
I got Fendi shoes on?
I was guessing, and then there was the one graphic.
Damn, I don't think I got a Fendi shoe in my closet. Maybe
not
one
yet.
Pair.
Then we're gonna send you. They're gonna send you some after this shout out.
Damn, I hope they do. Fuck with you.
Yeah.
Fendi shoes.
That didn't go well. That wasn't even in the notes.
I had a Fendi belt.
All right, so I'm not totally like out of left
field. Some
field.
stuff from them. I'm not. Yeah. You're not out of line, but some Fendi shoes. I didn't have the shoes.
A little out of line, but I think you're selling it a little hard right now.
Shoes is crazy.
You did an interview with Cal. I saw the clip. You're talking about the lyrics. It got pretty deep, man.
What lyrics?
And you were talking about, I would rather not rap about some of this shit anymore. No?
That's how I felt that day. I like rapping about bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck it.
So what was it about that day? Because that was pretty deep.
Mm-hmm. Just going through one of those days. Fuck that shit. I like rapping about all of this bullshit. This shit is fucking fun.
There's no way to recover from that question with all my follow-ups, because now it appears that was just the wrong day.
That was just a bad day. Just caught me on a fucking bad day, man. You know what I'm saying? You catch me on any other day, fuck it.
Yeah,
balls to the wall. Anything goes.
When I saw you explaining it, I was like, man, that makes a lot of sense.
You got like you got certain people that like watch romance movies. You got certain people that like horror movies. You got certain people that like action movies. You got certain people that like, bullshit ass drama movies. I just, I look at my shit like a movie. I don't know. Sometimes it's a horror movie. Sometimes, most of the time, it's like some action movie type shit to me. You know what I mean? I just feel like that's just what I bring to the game, I think,
What kind of response did you get after the movie from a few years ago?
I had a lot of mixed reviews. I was just a nigga on a farm. Motherfuckers didn't really understand what the fuck was. I didn't understand what the fuck was going on.
The premise is a guy goes to get away from it all.
Correct. It was some mental health shit. I think that that was a good start for me, acting wise, getting my feet wet and things of that nature. It helped me to, just be on set because with a crew for an extended period amount of time, because I hadn't really done that yet. So that was good for me, and then when I advanced and started doing it a little more, like now I'm very, very like comfortable with the whole acting thing. I love it, Sometimes I want to take auditions and take roles more than I want to like do an album some days,
Yeah, I think that makes sense though, because it's kind of like a new challenge for you.
Yeah, I love it. I just love, being on film. I love cinema, period. I just love film, period. So, I made a fucking short film with this album just to, let you know, so if I do it, like, I don't even think I'm gonna do an album unless I make like something like some kind of film with it every time. So if I can't do it, then I don't even think I'm gonna do any more albums if I can't do it that way.
Yeah, but at this point, don't you think you'd always be able to do it?
What? Do an album?
The component, the video component, the film component to an album.
Yeah, if they don't let me do it, I just won't do the album.
Yeah, so I think you're good now.
Yeah,
I can say no to you now.
Yeah, I got to do it. If there's that's the only way I'll do it.
Did you get kind of like, this is something I talk about a lot with anybody, but like they typecast actors, typecast.
They typecast me a lot.
But we kind of typecast everybody. Like we kind of, whether you're working in an office, it's like, oh, you can only do this. We can never give you the opportunity to do this. Have you found that film, TV, or anything has been receptive to you trying to do some different stuff? Or do they go, oh, like, well, Freddie just played a rapper, so like how much range could he possibly
Whenever
have?
they be trying to ask me to like play a rapper, now I'll be like, I immediately like turn that shit down. I'll be like, nah, man, I'm not doing that shit. Certain like street shit, I don't even read. I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that either. You know what I mean? I kind of want to challenge myself in the art of it all. I don't just want to just play Shaniqua's big brother and shit that got a gun across the street that's going to shoot you.
Did you read for that?
Some bullshit like that came across my desk, but I like more challenging stuff. I like comedic roles. You know what I mean? I'd rather do some funny shit than do some corny ass, fake gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I got some shit that's coming soon. I did a vampire movie and shit. That shit was cool. That's kind of like part comedic, part serious. That was kind of fun. I love doing that.
So how did you get into that then? Because you had to have had somebody, trust enough, or you explain everything you just explained here.
Hollywood fuck with me, man. Thought you knew. No, I'm just playing. My boy Ryan, shout out to Ryan. He, wanted me to be in this movie, and I was just like, all right, fuck it. I loved it. YG was in it. You know what I mean? So that's one of my homies. So that was cool. It was just, like I said, it was a real cool experience. You know what I mean? Doing that. The movie's called Night Patrol. That's coming soon. It's gonna be dope.
All right, so that'll be out.
Yeah, it's gonna be out soon.
Can you tell your agents like, hey, I want to read for a sitcom, or if another drama comes through, like,
yeah, you can say it and shit like that. That don't mean they're gonna pick your black ass.
I think sometimes
you can read all the fuck you want.
Yeah.
You know when they want you for a role.
Right.
I know. You know what I mean? So when they really, really want you for some shit, then it's gonna come to you. You know what I mean? My mom always told me, man, what ain't for you, God ain't gonna give it to you. So it's all good. Whatever comes my way, whatever they think I'm qualified to do, I do it, and I do it to the best of my ability.
What's it like when you go home? Back to
Gary? Man, damn, I was in Gary a lot this summer too, man. It's cool, man. You know what I mean? I love being home. We got a new mayor. That's my homie, Eddie Melton. He's doing some, making some strides in the city, trying to do some big things in the city. I love what he's doing. Of course, I love seeing my mom every day. So this, my nieces and nephews and stuff. I had my son out there for a long time this summer, so that was real cool. I love being back home.
Does that mean Hoosiers is your favorite movie?
No fucking way. You know what my favorite movie is? Teen Wolf.
The first one?
Yeah. The first one. Yeah.
I think you could have played Teen Wolf.
It could be a black Teen Wolf.
Remake?
I ain't a teen. It could be like middle-aged wolf. But we could do it.
CGI it?
We could make it work.
I love Teen Wolf too.
I want to be a werewolf in a movie. That'd be hard.
The Wolves vampire thing was on a run there.
It was. It's. I think it's about to come back a little bit.
You think it's coming back
Horror
around?
Never goes away, man. Yeah, it's gonna come back a little bit, man.
So you like horror movies the most?
I like horror movies for sure. I just seen a great horror movie. I wish they would have put me in it. Weapons. That shit was amazing.
Everybody's raving about that. I haven't seen it yet.
Amazing. Go see that shit. It's a good date movie.
Good date movie?
Yeah, you married though, right?
No. Look at this place.
Oh fuck. Well, it's a good movie to take a date because she's gonna be all on you. She's gonna be clinging to you. You know what I'm saying? That's a good date movie.
What dramas do you like?
I like what's that shit I just watched? Oppenheimer.
Okay.
That shit was fire. Nigga built a bomb. He fucks a lot of people up, man. That's fucked up, man.
Good at math.
Good, real good at math. Albert Einstein wasn't fucking with that nigga. That let you know. Albert Einstein's like, that's how you know, man. You walk in the room, you smarter than these motherfuckers, you better than these motherfuckers. They don't want to fuck with you. That's how it is with me with rap. They know what's up. I was like Oppenheimer. Albert Einstein.
Gary, Indiana's Oppenheimer.
Some shit like that.
That could be a whole concept album.
Nah, I don't want to blow no motherfuckers up, but
just blowing up the opposition though in the game.
He blew up more than the opposition.
I read a book about the big one.
About that Nagasaki.
Yeah. And then I was at the World War II Museum in New Orleans. You should check that out.
My grandfather was in World War II.
Mine too.
He was. What did your grandfather do?
He was a tail gunner in Sicily.
Oh, my grandfather was a nigga. They wouldn't let him touch the guns. He was a cook.
He was a cook?
Yeah. He made sure your grandfather ate shit. That's fucked up.
Yeah. The story I was told is that any woman would sleep with you in Sicily for a Hershey bar.
Yeah, my daddy told me that my granddaddy was fucking with the bitches in France and shit like that. That's tight, though. At least niggas got some foreign pussy.
I have to think that if you came back from WWII and you were like, hey, I cheated on you in Normandy, it's like, okay.
Yeah, you can't say nothing, bitch. We've got 7 kids at home.
Yeah.
What the fuck you gonna do? I'm coming home from the military and shit. You could live a good life back then. You come home from the military, get a job in a steel mill in Gary. Both my grandparents had like 8 kids.
Yeah, you wonder if there's just
a big family.
Yeah.
My granddaddy's slang the thing, man.
So
you're like me. I got a lot of kids.
How many kids do you have?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Like 3+.
Do they like hoops as much as you?
My kids?
Yeah.
My oldest daughter does. She plays Irish. She's good. She's playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she likes it. She likes hoops. She like LeBron James. That's her favorite player.
As an NBA guy, I can tell, like, when, like there's some dudes that just throw out.
My son don't give a fuck. He like video games. He like, man, whatever. I think once he start playing like 2K and stuff like that, then he'll be more into it. You know what I'm saying? But, he younger though. He like 7, so.
Yeah.
My 10-year-old daughter, she loves basketball.
Yeah, well, you want to get the ball in the hands at 7, I think. That's when you're...
He like football more than basketball. I say that.
Does he play?
He played flag football, yeah.
Oh, well,
yeah, he like football more than basketball. He more into that.
Did you play hoops?
Yeah, I played it all.
Is that why Teen Wolf was like, you were like, I could do this?
I love Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf's way better than fucking Hoosiers. I tell you that. And I think they was out around the same time. I think my dad was trying to push Hoosiers on me. I'm like, man, fuck that. I want to watch Teen Wolf, nigga.
I don't even love the offense Hickory runs. That shit's boring.
That shit was bullshit. I don't know how the fuck they was winning. Hickory, Dickory, Dock.
Is Hickory nearby?
Hickory? I think that's like a fake school in Indianapolis. I don't know.
I think it was outside of Indianapolis.
When the Pacers did the bullshit Hickory jerseys, I was like, what the fuck? I didn't like that.
You really don't like Hoosier? I didn't think it was your favorite movie. I
didn't like that shit. That shit was trash. Nah, it wasn't trash. I like Gene Hackman. He's a great.
Yeah. Tough to work with, though.
Gene Hackman?
Yeah. Like legendary.
Didn't he just die?
Well, I think the statute of limitations is okay post-death for me to say he was tough to work with.
Oh, okay. But he just died.
He did. Right? It was weird, too.
He died on like a shit in Arizona, like a damn. Yeah. Rest in peace, Gene Hackman, man.
He was great, but yeah.
Who's that nigga, Gene? I fucked with you, man. I don't know who came and got you. They got you.
Absolute Power when he plays the president.
Beast.
Clint Eastwood. What an opening scene.
One of the best, 2 of the best. Clint Eastwood, like 96, he's still acting.
He's like a good guy, bad guy in High Plains Drifter.
Yeah.
Which is a really, really intense Western where, he's always done kind of a good job with the Batman role, the man with no name.
At least they let niggas back then in his era, they let niggas that's really Western be the Westerns. Like now they'll get a British nigga to play a nigga from Texas.
Hey, don't even get me started about the British and the Australians. They're taking all of our lead roles.
They take every fucking thing.
They're taking all of our roles.
Deserve the shit.
Well, Hugh Jackman.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy deserves whatever.
Everything. Yeah, I love Tom Hardy. That's my favorite actor.
He is so good at looking cool on a TV screen.
He'll fuck you up for real in real life.
Warrior.
Yeah. I seen him in person one time and I was like, yo, yeah, I think that white boy will whoop some ass.
Can you go up to Tom Hardy? Would he?
No, I wouldn't go up to no fucking Tom. And do what?
No, I'm not saying fuck with him, but he likes rap.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'll talk to him about some rap. I'm not saying, I ain't motherfucker no. You just seen Havoc? You seen that shit?
Warrior. I mean, Warrior. I wanted to get him fight in the parking lot after that movie.
What's the new show that he just did?
Mobland.
Mobland is fucking crazy. So I can't wait till they do another season of that.
Yeah.
I love shit like that. Did they do another season of Gangs of London? Do you like that?
I don't think I got on that one.
Oh, you should fuck with it. It's good.
What's that one on?
It's on like AMC or some shit like that.
I'm trying to remember if I watched some of it. Was the pilot, there was like a fixed boxing match or something, the first episode?
I don't know. I think so.
There's a bunch of ladies of the night, also known as prostitutes.
It's so much shit now with streaming that's out, but like so little good shit, if that makes any sense.
Makes a ton of sense.
It's hard to find. It's hard for me to find a good show. I get in front of my TV and I'd be like, fuck. Motherfucker end up watching fucking Sports Center 50 times in a row. This shit is fucking whack. I'm like, damn, I can't even fucking pick a movie.
Who's your favorite Sports Center anchor ever?
Stuart Scott.
It's a good choice.
For sure. Definitely. Him and fucking Kenny Mayne.
Kenny Mayne.
Kenny Mayne, shit.
You know, I worked there for 15 years.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a good job to have.
It was a good job. It was time to move on.
Yeah, I know. So some shit be like that, man. Like I want to host Family Feud, but I ain't complaining.
Yeah, but you would get to live in LA. I was having to live in Bristol, Connecticut.
That sucks balls.
Yeah. People from Bristol visit Gary for vacations.
Damn. Bristol, yeah. Damn, that's crazy. You was real close to Aaron Hernandez.
Just down the street. I used to play pickup hoops.
Could have fucked you up.
Yeah, he probably would have.
He would have tried to fuck you up.
I think he'd want it more than I would in a fight.
I think he was gay, man.
Well, that's not what I was getting at his desires, but I just mean like whenever I'm sizing somebody up in a fight.
You said he wanted.
No, I understand what you did.
I thought you was trying to say he might have wanted you. I didn't mean it like that.
No, I think whenever you're getting into an altercation, you probably go back to your day. It's like, okay, well, I think I might, but if this guy wants this more than I
watched
do.
that nigga movie and I was like, damn, with the shit on FX.
Yeah.
Yeah. They should have focused more on football, man. Because he was a great football player.
You would have liked to see more Aaron Hernandez highlights on the field?
Yeah.
As opposed to the murdering?
They made him he's just making love to everybody, you know?
He hooked up a lot in that series.
Yeah. And I was just like, damn, man. There's a lot of more hooking up than I wanted to see.
I was almost a writer on that show.
You should have wrote some football scenes.
I lost out to a guy who played in the NFL.
Oh. Yeah.
So when I found out, I was like, I'm glad he got the job over me.
Oh.
So that's how good of a friend I am, because I actually knew the guy.
Oh. Did he write in those... Did he write the...
My guess is no.
Trainer scenes and all that?
My guess is no, that he was not.
I'm cool with not knowing that he fucked the trainer. I was cool with just doing...
You didn't want the full scope, though?
I didn't need that trainer part.
Yeah, but
they could have kept that part. It could have been some more football.
Did you like the Belichick impersonator?
That was tight. It was overall good series, good thing. It was good. It wasn't good as OJ.
Which OJ? The doc or the TV show?
The FX OJ.
I love the FX OJ show.
I love everything about OJ.
Well,
I hate that happened.
Yeah, there's probably a couple things you don't like, but
I mean, I hung around some NFL guys from that era, and they all say OJ innocent.
Do they?
I'd have heard niggas lie, be like, he was with me that night. I'm like, you lied, motherfucker.
I can also pull up my phone and see a UFO from last night,
like,
too.
For real.
But...
Like, I'd have had motherfuckers that's in the Hall of Fame in the NFL say OJ was kicking it with them, and OJ didn't do it. Swear up and down.
Wow.
That OJ didn't do that shit.
They should start an NBA podcast.
Now that he's dead, do you think he did it?
Yeah, I think he did it. His hands were cut. He had blood on the Bronco. He left. He had a gun and like a wig headed to the border. And then he pulls over.
They said he threw the knife in the airport trash can.
I do love that FX show, though.
Yeah.
I love that FX show.
It was fucking amazing, man. That was the greatest crime in American history.
Where were you for it?
Where was
you watching the Knicks?
I was watching I was watching the Knicks.
All of us were.
Yeah. Getting their ass beat by the Rockets.
Thank God.
Yeah. I was watching that, and then, hey, boom, OJ.
It still doesn't even seem real. And I remember, like, even the verdict, like, getting to leave work early.
It's a tragic event. It was crazy. It was like the world awful. Stopped. You know what? Some shit, I done done some real tragic events that I didn't sleep through. Like, I slept through 9/11.
Well, if you were on the East Coast.
I was in Gary.
You were?
Yeah. And I woke up, and then everybody was just, like, sad as fuck. And I was like, damn, what the fuck is going on? And my mama got mad at me. People got mad at me because I was asleep. I'm like, I didn't hear the explosion, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, I was asleep, but I had worked late the night before. And then somebody called me, and they were like, hey, do you know what's going on?
What I did the night before, but I was asleep like a motherfucker through that whole shit.
You were at your mom's house?
No.
Oh, I thought you said she got mad at you.
She was mad at me for not knowing the tragedy.
Yeah, if you're asleep, I'll give you a pass on that one. I don't know what you were supposed to do.
And motherfuckers was like, how can you sleep through some shit like that? I said, bitch, I did hear the crash. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What other things do you not feel bad about?
feel bad about that shit.
I think you do. I think you do.
I was just asleep. I feel bad about a lot of things. This country's going through a lot of bullshit right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so are you your place by yourself?
Yeah.
Is that pretty rare?
Being a single black man with well-to-do black man.
No.
Is that rare?
No.
I don't think it's as rare as it was back in the day, but
yeah, I don't think that was the angle I was going with. I just meant like, there's a certain age that north of that age, you're like, I don't want roommates anymore, but
no roommates. No.
But like there aren't people with you.
Be women with me.
All right.
Sometime.
How do you do? What's Freddie Gibbs' dating life like?
How's
that work? You on the apps?
No, I don't work. Well,
Rapper?
I look at porn on Twitter.
And then like just DM them?
Sometimes. Not really. But yeah.
What's the hit rate on that?
Probably like 30%.
30 seems high.
That's a good rate. That's better than a nigga batting average.
That's Hall of Fame.
If I go up there 30%
that's Tony Fernandez.
That's Tony Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn's higher than 30.
Higher than 3.
Yeah.
Hey, what he bat about 350?
Yeah, something ridiculous.
That's about my batting average on that. Yeah.
Tony Gwynn never strikes out.
Yeah, he never struck out. He'd walk a lot. They walk Barry Bonds a lot too.
Yeah. Fear though.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be about that.
No, I don't want a bitch to fear me.
No, that's what I was helping out with.
That's predatory energy.
Right.
No, I ain't got none of that. I ain't never had none of that type of shit. I don't even I'd never like I know this dude, he was like last week, he was like riding around his girlfriend's house at like 6 a.m. to see if she was at home. I ain't never did that. I've never been like clingy to a woman.
You've never had your heart broken?
I ain't gonna say that. But I ain't never like acted on it, if that makes any sense. I ain't never like the over text call, or it's like once it's done, it's done. It's like I kind of want to be as far away from the situation as possible. I don't even I don't know. I don't like send messages or anything like that. I just like kind of let it go.
I did it once.
You did that? You stalked somebody?
No.
Oh.
I showed up at my ex's house.
That's stalking.
And then
that's stalking.
I didn't knock on the door.
You didn't knock on the door.
No, I just kept walking.
But you showed up unannounced.
I walked past it, and I thought about knocking on the door to see if she could talk. And
that ain't that bad.
No, it wasn't bad. If it was really bad, I probably wouldn't even admit to it. But that was the worst. And then I realized, I'm like, this is I think almost in a way you have to go through heartbreak and realize how much time you're wasting on it, and that you're going to regret all the time that you spend on it, to be more efficient in future endeavors.
Yeah. I put a bitch all her belongings out of a hotel room in the hallway.
What happened?
It wasn't working out.
You wouldn't even call like a bellhop or anything?
No, I wasn't about to tip him to take her shit.
I'd figure that was probably part of the reason. I think clingy rapper wouldn't be great branding.
That's whack. You got a lot of guys that are like that.
I'm sure, but it'd be like, hey,
clingy as fuck. They get mad. A lot of the disputes and shit like that. A lot of times it start over girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess
that's kind of fucked up. That's why I don't get into that.
But it just seems like the opportunity for any of you guys that are famous and are in this world, that like, aren't there just endless amounts of women? Like, why the hell would you be fighting over the same ones all the time?
That's what I be trying to figure out. Sometimes, you intersect. It'd be like that. Sometimes you might mess with somebody that mess with somebody else, and it just happens.
Yeah, Tupac is that video song. Remember that?
What, I Get Around?
95. Now, everywhere I go,
the same hoe.
Yeah.
That's true.
I started trying to pay attention to it on the videos. I was like, is he telling the truth?
That's true.
Like, is that the same one from Ice-T?
Yeah, he's telling the fucking truth. I don't know a bitch that could be at so many basketball games. You'd be like, damn, bitch, this pussy got league pass. Like, damn, what the fuck? Is you traveling with the team, bitch? For real. Like, for real. It's like, bitch was in Cleveland. Bitch was at the whole playoffs. Different teams, nigga. I've seen it all, man. It happens, man.
I watch a lot of hoops too, Freddie, and I'll notice there's certain women that I'll recognize from different, like behind the benches. Where I'll be like,
yeah. I look behind the bench.
Yeah.
To see the host. When I go to the game, I'd be like, oh, bitch. Oh, bitch. You was here with me last week. Now you here with Ben Simmons.
He has a lot of free time.
No, I'm joking about Ben Simmons. I don't know.
So now we can't do Ben Simmons jokes?
That was just a joke.
All right. He's in Boston now. You probably don't have to worry about it.
He in Boston?
Yeah.
Damn. He on the bench, so he be having a lot of bitches on the bench. So I don't blame him.
Yeah, Michael Porter Jr., you familiar with his story as of late?
Yeah, I've been seeing that shit. He needs to stop talking about that gambling shit.
Or any topic.
Yeah, he needs to chill.
Yeah, no, that's back to your original podcast.
His brother went to jail, right?
I don't know where that case is right now, but he's done.
He should go to jail.
He's done.
So he fucked up my over and under one. Now that I think about it, he fucked up one of my bets.
You had the other Porter brother on an over point total?
He fucked something up for me.
I
now that I look back at my prize picks.
We're a FanDuel company.
Oh, I fuck with FanDuel.
Cool.
I rapped about them niggas. Tell them niggas to give me a deal.
I'll put it in the works.
I'll put it on Alfredo too. Ask him, mention it.
Yeah, bonus edition. We'll clip this and send me some
bonus. Yeah, give me some bonus points, nigga. I like that. Gambling's taking shit over, man.
Yeah.
You can bet on anything.
I still be living in Connecticut.
Hey.
I'll be honest. I mean, I loved doing it when I wasn't doing this as a job. I loved gambling on stuff.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun to have.
I'm not a big gambler. Sometimes I just play with it every once in a while.
Casinos, nothing?
Nah, I don't fuck casinos. If I'm in the casino, I'm looking for a lady of the night.
Oh, not the buffet. What do you do then? What's your hobby that we don't know? What's the thing that Freddie Gibbs does?
I ski.
Downhill skiing.
I'm good at skiing, man.
Where have you been?
I've been to Aspen.
Aspen's the best, is it?
Yes, there's a lot of bad bitches. Rich bitches.
It's like Dubai and snow.
Yeah.
It's out of control, but it's still.
I've been to some other shit in Colorado.
Breckenridge, Vail.
I forgot the name of that shit. It was a very white experience.
Well,
I went to Utah.
Been to Utah.
I was the only black dude there.
Park City?
Yep.
But see, I could see you hanging out in Park City. It's dive bars. You know, the right time.
I like it.
Artsy.
I like being the odd man out.
You want to rent a room here? Give me an idea of how much you've accomplished of what you set out to accomplish.
Wow. I would say about half of it. I still got a long way to go. You know, like I said, I still want to do a lot in the film world, things of that nature. You know what I mean? I want to host Family Feud. So I got a long way to go, man. I had to take Steve Harvey's job.
He got hosed in that it wasn't Mr. Universe. I don't think he hosts that. I've never even seen.
He did Miss America. I want to do one of them.
I think you'd be good at that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You goddamn right.
Yeah. Really good.
I want to do, hey, listen, the ladies will never be more comfortable.
I got to be honest. There's something about your look when you're in the tux by the piano.
Yeah.
Where I was like, there's just something, and I'm not bullshitting you here.
Thanks, man. I'm swank with this shit.
You have a look to you that I was like, I could see this guy, Vegas performer, all of that shit. I mean, you're kind of doing it now.
I want to do a residency in Vegas. One day. Not now.
Every night there, though? Having to live there?
Oh, shit. I'll be drunk as fuck. Yeah, I do it. Of course.
We'll promote it if it happens.
Yeah. I'd be like Elvis.
That'd be sick.
He did that shit.
I just don't know that you'd want to do it the rest of your life, though.
No. I do like a little 2-year run.
Like Mel Torme, just like, going to do this for 20
years.
You
can't just, you don't want to wear it out, but I'll do it, though. I don't want to be there like goddamn Carrot Top or no shit like that.
Yeah, that's what, I see those billboards and I just
motherfucker, I know he's going crazy to wake up in Vegas every day and be Carrot Top. I seen him in the MGM Grand. I said, damn, that motherfucker look crazy as fuck.
That's probably why he gets
swole as fuck.
Yeah, that's probably why he gets so jacked. Because he's like,
yeah, I wouldn't fuck with Carrot Top.
No way.
Hell no, he'll whoop your ass.
Vascular too.
Yeah. He just look like a fucking a super villain out of a goddamn Marvel movie or some shit.
I'm scared of him.
I ain't say I'm scared of that white boy.
I didn't say you
fuck
were.
his ass up, but
right.
I don't advise the average motherfucker to fuck with Carrot Top.
No, and there's probably a lot of people that think they'll be funny and they'll make fun of Carrot Top.
Yeah, they should leave him the fuck alone.
Is he still jacked, by the way?
He is. My kids is looking at that nigga like, hey, who the fuck is that? I said, leave that nigga alone. It's Carrot Top.
And he's a prop comic, which makes you think.
Yeah, he might pull out some shit that'll fuck you up.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, is this a whistle? Nope.
Yeah. Before, you know who I used to like in that lane? I used to like Gallagher.
The watermelon bit.
Yeah, when he smash the watermelon and fuck shit up, fuck people up in the crowd. I used to love him. He'd do that.
I never got into that. I always thought it was stupid.
Yeah. He'll fuck. See, black people wouldn't go to his shit.
To Gallagher? I don't think I ever saw it.
They fuck up their hair and their outfit. It's all,
nigga. They used to put tarps on people up front, but that just wasn't good
enough. That don't
enough.
mean shit. There had been people still be fucked up. I used to watch that shit with my dad.
On VHS?
Yeah, we had a VHS.
Yeah, remember? That was like huge. He had one of the first VHS tapes.
Yeah.
That's why that Gallagher thing was enormous. Like, I didn't know what it was. It was like, each guy just smashes watermelons at the end of the show.
I miss VHS.
Why? Rewinding?
Better movies, man. When you had to go buy the shit and wait 8 months for it to be out of the theater to get it. It was just better quality.
You just like the anticipation.
Yeah, I love the anticipation. Yeah. I miss just having a movie in the theater and being like, fuck, I can't wait to get that shit at home. Now this shit just in the movie theater and 2 weeks later it's on streaming. I might as well wait for the shit to be on streaming.
I don't know if we'll, I think there's something about things being harder that did make you appreciate it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right? Like you wanted to go to the theater, and if you missed it in the theater, it was like if you didn't see Jurassic Park in the theater. Like,
and it also made the quality of the work better. I think that people worked harder on the films, on the music, when they knew it was, it wasn't so much of the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just even with rap, like, like when I first started rapping, like, I would say like being a rapper was more of a prestigious kind of thing. Now anybody could be a fucking rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Or podcaster.
You said that shit, not me.
No,
it is a lot of fucking podcasters. I'll be like, God damn, you got a podcast too? Shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck what you think.
It's ruining for the rest of us.
It is, man.
I introduced myself as a
rap.
podcaster. They're like, cool.
Nah, you got it, man. You got this shit down to a science. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't, though.
So you think rap is similar, like obviously the technology. Like
Correct.
You can figure out a way to do it.
They got AI rap now, man. I don't even believe nobody that write that I don't even believe if you really even make it anymore, because motherfuckers I've been in studios with motherfuckers is chat GPT and this shit. And I'm like, what in the fuck? And I'm like, damn, how long am I going to be able to do this shit? Because I'm really actually making fresh shit. How long I'm going to be able to do it when this motherfucker's in the studio typing into a computer getting their lyrics?
Yeah, I had somebody ask me on like screenwriting. They're like, are you using chat GPT now? Screenwriting. I was like, God, no. Like, it's hard enough as it is. Like, why would you even want to put yourself through the process of doing something like that? Then they just be like, hey, pump out some just generic dialogue.
People lazy, man. You know what I'm saying? We in a lazy day and age, man. Art is dying. You know what I'm saying? When you got to ask the computer and shit to write your lyrics, shit is whack.
When you sit down to write, like do you just go old school notepad? Are you sitting there? Are you typing up on a laptop? Like what happens?
I go to sleep.
And you dream in lyrics?
Then I wake up and it's ready to go.
It's a good thing you're a rapper. That's an awesome ability.
Yeah, I couldn't work no. I couldn't like drive a fucking forklift.
Like, it's got some good rhymes. Freddie. Forklift Freddie. I really appreciate you coming down
man,
here, man.
Appreciate y'all having me, man. This is prestigious.
And the thing I would say about your work, which speaks to what we just kind of talked about, is like when a tape came out when I was a kid, like I knew I would listen to America's Most Wanted for over a year. Right. And it was going to be until the next night. Like, well, whoever it was, the number of times I listened to It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back, like the staying power of an album. Right. And that's gone. It's the same to your movie point. And your albums have staying power.
Right.
In
That's
a way.
the feeling that I receive from albums like that. So that's what I want to give out. You know what I mean? I don't want to just, microwave, do this shit and just like give a motherfucker 30 songs because a label paid me for it. That's kind of whack to me.
Well, you're doing it, and you're doing it a big way, and I want more people to appreciate Freddie Gibbs. So thanks, man.
Yep, fuck chat GPT.
You want details? Fine. I drive a Ferrari, 355 Cabriolet. What's up? I have a ridiculous house in the South Fork. I have every toy you can possibly imagine. And best of all, kids, I am liquid. So, now you know what's possible. Let me tell you what's required.
Life advice @gmail.com. Ceruti, Wargon, Kyle free today. That's all right. We'll get through this. We got a prenup one, so I don't think he has a prenup. So
I don't either. So
I don't think we'll need him. No prenup for either of you guys.
Nope. I have buddies who have it, but no.
I have no assets, so nothing to protect.
What are you talking about? Look at all those comic books back there.
I know.
That's true.
All right. Here's a prenup one. 27 years old, 5'10", although I did walk on for a single D1 college basketball game. My ESPN profile will tell you I'm 6 feet.
Hell yeah.
I make it to Planet Fitness 4 or 5 times a week now, but I let myself go a bit in my post-collegiate career and weigh in around 205. No real gym stats to speak of, although I did put 130 pounds on the Smith machine bar and managed 30 reps. Some interesting weight math on there. Sidebar, how many? I just think it's a strange thing to do, but you know how we feel about anybody that's out there lifting. Good for you.
You think it's low?
No, it's not about the 130 pounds. I just think it's a strange thing to do. To be like, let me combine this on the Smith machine at 130. But look, if you felt great and got a nice little pump out of it, just look, Smith machine's easier. And
that's like the squat rack, right?
Yeah, basically. But it's on basically sliders or however you want to describe it. But I think squatting on a Smith machine is terrible because I think it puts your body in more compromising positions. I used to do that when I was younger. I wish I never did. How many reps of 225 on a regular bench would you translate that to, if any? I don't know. I don't know if there's a calculator for 130 pounds on a Smith machine 30 times. I would tell you some of the bench calculator stuff is just wrong. Like if I have a really good 225 rep day to see like, hey, what can I do today? And then I will go to look at the calculator and it'll say what my single rep max is. I'm like, there's just no way. There's no way I can do that.
We should do a show Kanban.
Has anyone ever done that before?
Only because I don't even know what numbers I would put up.
Do you want video of you not benching 135?
Of me benching one? Yeah, I do actually.
I'd have to be last because I'm so much smaller than all you guys.
I think you might be able to bench more than me though. I don't know.
But if you never bench, not being able to bench 135, like it's embarrassing, it sucks or whatever. But if you can't, if you've never done it, your body's going to be like, what is this? What are you asking me to do? I got to lie down. And then, so I don't even know that it's the greatest representation of someone's strength if they've never like actually lifted weights before. And then you were like, hey, go do like 135. Like, everybody should be able to.
So you're saying I'm deceptively strong. I'm more than what my bench press would suggest.
I'm giving both you guys credit.
Thanks, man.
We got off to a bad start a couple days ago.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, positivity this time. No, I just think it would be funny, like maybe let the audience figure out, like to have set some over-unders, like people guessing what we would do. But
I think after the McShay 40 thing, and then I said that's ridiculous about me, and then I mentioned that I think I have a torn ligament, and then Ceruti's just gasp of, oh, here we go. So I think this is about Ceruti hoping that I'm slower I think that's
No.
what this is.
No, it's not. Because I think I'm sneaky slow now, too.
What would the categories be? Skiing?
What?
How are you sneaky slow? Do you walk by and people think that you're fast?
Yeah, well, so yeah, like
Incredible
I'm kind of slender.
question.
God damn it, Wargon. Shit.
God, that guy,
I don't
think
know.
he might be slower, but Jesus, he moves. He's so slippery.
Well, I only say that because, like, you know, in my day, like, I was like laterally pretty quick. You know, I was, could run decently, and I can't now. So I feel like
So what did you
walk by me
weigh?
on the street and you'd be like, hey, could that guy, like, could he hold his own in a 3-cone drill? I think most people would say yes, but I don't know that I could.
Okay, but you played.
You
captain
overestimate
of your
this every time. You you give me way too much credit for this.
Yeah, but Ceruti,
yes.
you put on pads and you went out there and played high school football. What?
Yeah,
how many
doesn't-
years?
I played all 4 years, but
And you were
I wouldn't say
captain?
I was no. Jesus,
Okay.
Jesus, no. God,
What, UConn made you an
my
offer,
ankle
but
my
then
senior
pulled
year.
it?
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna walk on at no.
Okay, but
No.
what did you weigh? What did you weigh your senior year?
Oh man, like 145. I was tiny, man.
But I'm telling you, like that. That's why I don't think I overrate it. It takes balls to put on pads and play high school football and know you weigh 145. And now we're finding out you were slow too.
No, I wasn't slow. For the record, I am slow now. I think. I was good in high school. Check tape. No, I just think people would be like, oh, I expected more from him at this point. Mostly because I think I said this. I joined like a pickup men's league, and was disappointed in my efforts. Not my effort. It was just my output. I guess it was just I expected better from myself.
Coming to theaters this fall, the sequel, Ceruti. All right, what brings me to you guys is a predicament with my current girlfriend, 4.5 years. It isn't that I jokingly insist on being 6 feet tall and pull up ESPN whenever this is disputed. Okay. Yeah, I mean, those are just facts. You're 6 feet. If it says you're 6 feet on ESPN.com, you're 6 feet, dude. Things are great with us, so much so that I bought a ring and plan on proposing when we leave in 3 weeks for a trip to explore the national parks of California. Love to get there one day. I'm not concerned about her saying yes or not, but more so whether I should bring up a prenup after the engagement. To provide some context, I'm currently working in finance at a publicly traded company, making roughly $120,000 a year, while she earns about $50,000 a year in a more entry-level role in the legal field. I brought up a prenup before and mentioned I think it's a good idea, partially because my own parents divorced when I was younger, and I know my dad got burned financially by it. This is something she has always pushed back against, saying she felt it indicates doubts about the marriage and going into it. There's also the fact she's an only child and her parents are set. Her parents are set to inherit some serious cash.
So you'll be good.
Like roughly equal to what the Bucks are paying Dame to not be on their team next year. Ooh.
Damn.
That's a big number. My parents have done well for themselves, but not to that level. I feel great about my relationship with this woman. But should I bring up or push for a prenup still? I'll hang up and listen. So she's going to inherit some cash. Well, look, man, I don't know what kind of protections they have on inheritance stuff. Does it mean it's actually going to trickle down to her? Would you be in that divorce window after the bliss of those early years of marriage? I think it's smart. You're also telling us you work in finance, so maybe you're expecting, again, no salary cap, no luxury tax on yourself. So maybe you're like, look, and I do think it's kind of ridiculous for somebody to not understand where you're coming from, to see the financial ruin that it can put. Some parties are equal parties. A lot of parties are not equal parties in a marriage. And, once kids are involved and all the stuff that goes, there's just not a lot of sympathy on when you talk about it publicly, like how some men get absolutely destroyed by this. So I appreciate you being sensitive to it because I know what it's like. But look, it sounds like, if I'm just being like, just talking here, it sounds like you're probably better off not getting it. So you can push for it and she can say no. And it's still kind of a win for you. Unless,
Wow.
I think your head's in the right place. But right, like, isn't that the thing that we should probably say out loud if we're being totally honest about what dudes would say, considering the scenarios?
Well, her family assets aren't her assets right now. So theoretically, like if you got divorced in like 2 years, hopefully it doesn't happen. But obviously, this is what we're talking about this for. Like, she only makes a certain amount of money. We don't know what's even in her name. All this stuff could potentially be in her family's name, even though she is going to get it at some point. Like, you're still going to have to maybe pay her some sort of fee or alimony or whatever afterwards. Like, you're right. The kids thing, I guess, you don't have any kids, so that doesn't complicate it, obviously, and you have to talk about it. I think the one thing about this whole conversation, though, is you can't do them close together, right? You got to propose and give it a good amount of time and then bring it up. Right? Maybe like halfway between the wedding and the proposal, right? Because then there's enough time to, like, if she really doesn't like that, then like you can decide what the future is, but also not ruin, like, for the next like couple months, she's going to be excited about getting engaged. So you don't want to ruin it with being like, and by the way, here's the prenup talk. So I think that's my only advice, is just give it some time after you propose.
An open marriage on our wedding night?
I think if this is important to you, you should do it, but you need to come at it understanding her perspective and be empathetic about that. I would sort of do it in the sense of, like, this is sort of my childhood trauma that this happened to my parents, and so obviously I'm worried about it. You hope that it's never going to happen, but because of what happened, because of my family history, I would like these protections. And, if that doesn't work, you go from there. But if it's important to you, I think you should do it. You just have to sort of realize that she's not going to be happy about it, at least initially.
Maybe she'll be pumped. Maybe she agrees with you. Who knows?
Probably
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about any of this stuff. Really, is there a way? Like, your point, Ceruti, is really good. Can you work the angle of, this is what I grew up with, this is what I saw?
But yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, it is Wargon's point?
Yeah.
God, Wargon's not getting enough appreciation.
But it is a good point. You're right.
Yeah. If Ceruti had said it would have been even,
Fuck.
Well, it would have been slower.
Thanks.
Deceptively, though.
That's right. Yeah.
I also think there's well, see, this guy actually isn't being as devious as most people, I think, would be. Okay? Because there's also something that you would have to check. Because I know about, like, one divorce, just friends of a friend type of thing, where one party had all this money in the family and that person didn't have the money yet. And then when the divorce happened, the other side was like, well, you're going to be worth all of this. And, like, the lawyer was fighting. It was like, hey, none of that is mine. None of that is mine. It may be mine one day, but you don't get to, like, pre-tax me for earnings that I don't even have yet. So, but that's not even where this guy's head's at. He doesn't seem to be wired that way at all. He'd just be totally fine going separate ways. Maybe they should just make it a law.
The thing too is
everybody has to have it, like optometry.
Yeah, maybe.
You reading about big optometry the other day? What's that word?
You're catching up on that?
Yeah.
Sounds exciting.
A lot of questions.
Well, here, the last thing I'll say too is, he said she was like an early career lawyer, so chances are she's gonna be doing all right in like a few years too. So I don't know.
Yeah, I just wish symbols of love were like, hey, understanding, being supportive, having my back, making sure I don't doubt myself. I do think, like, getting older with relationships it's not stopping the fight. It's just stopping, like, the pointless arguments about something, or something, accepting that you don't understand, the difference between men and women, where, say, like, I have a couple friends, right, who went on a golf trip, and one of the friends had to call his wife every night. And I'm like, why do you have to call every night? He's like, I don't know, but I just fucking do it, man. Because you know what? Calling, saying I love you, saying goodnight, saying how are the kids, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. I don't understand it. If she went away on a trip with 3 of her friends and I didn't hear from her for 24, 48 hours, I wouldn't care at all. I would never ask, where were you? How come you didn't call me? Because guess what? We're all old now. We're not even doing anything that much fun. We're sitting here and we're golfing, and, it's just nice to check in. So I do think, I don't know if it's evolving, but growth, at least because I can only give you the male perspective, the growth in a relationship and having it be healthy is at times like, just stop asking why you have to do something, especially if it's like minor. I mean, I'm not talking about like major things. I think a prenup is far more major than just a nightly check-in. But I thought it was really like interesting. It's like, actually, as I got to a certain age, I stopped wondering why I had to do this stupid thing. And I just did it because it wasn't really that much of a derailment from my day. And if I don't understand it, I'm never going to understand it. But why even try to understand it? Just do the thing. There you go. That's just, we weren't even prenupping there.
Just do it. There you go.
Yep. Nike. All right.
Good luck.
What else do we need here? It's just the fantasy football ones just aren't super interesting.
What's it in relation to? I
don't know. This guy did that. That guy did this.
Oh, we're talking about who got picked where?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, man.
Does anybody want to hear
Wrong
that?
show.
Wrong show.
No.
Oregon's on fire today. Okay. Blind one, 6'3", 260. Around 120 kilograms. I'm Australian. 120. Thick boy. Not really a weights guy, but more of a low-intensity elliptical guy. Very polished footwork and post-game, but with my short arms and obviously unathletic NBA comp Kelly Olynyk and his canner. I'm 33, moved back home to live with my parents a year ago after ending a 4.5-year relationship. 4.5 years. Could they be connected? Have delayed finding my own place, not because I'm comfortable with the home amenities, but because my parents are actually great company and I get lonely easily. Parentheses, teach me? Question mark.
Just built different, man.
Yeah. You get lonely easy. You
Not
can't
cut
do
out.
this, man. You cannot do this. Just telling you right now. Recently started dating again and have gotten ghosted a few times for living with my parents without a valid explanation since breakup was now a year ago. I'm sorry to laugh, but this is helping. This guy's like, great. Any idea of potential backstories to come up with to justify living at home that aren't blatant lies that can get me in trouble down the line? P.S. Andrew Roberts Napoleon is one of my favorite nonfiction books of all time. I have the Churchill one as well, but haven't touched it yet. Currently reading Fukuyama. All right. Let us know how that goes.
An easy answer here.
What is it? Sick?
Yeah, you just, hey, I'm taking care of, you don't even have to say sick. Just say I'm just taking care of my parents.
My dad's slow.
Hey, they just need help around the house, and I'm a nice guy.
I don't even know what else it could be besides that. Yeah, my parents needed some help, so I'm sticking around here for a little bit.
Yeah, then you bring the girl over, and your mom just out. She's like, yeah, he's been living here. We've been trying to kick him out for 2 years. It's like, oh, man, mom.
Yeah.
But you cross that bridge when you get there. You get on a couple dates first.
You say that they're sick, and then it develops. They come over, and your parents are just outside whiling, playing pickleball. Yeah. They've really turned the corner.
They have good days and bad days. Yeah.
That's so wrong. What? Come on. What else? What else could we come up with? I mean, we could say that he's starting to save for a small business. Women like entrepreneurs.
But then she'll be like, what's the small business idea?
Yeah. Then you're a project.
Well, no, but that's a secret. You can't just fucking tell everybody I meet.
Yeah. It's not public yet. Come on.
I think I'm just telling you. We haven't even made out yet.
Saving money to buy a house, something like that.
In between landscapers. Saving money to buy a house for the right audience is a great call. The problem is, much like college football, I think people think short-term. Although there's a lot of long-term thinkers, but they're making assessments on short-term decisions. I don't know if that made any sense. It did to me. So it's not going to be cool. Would either of you date anybody that lived with their parents at this stage of your life?
Well, that's the problem is because I have done this.
But when
I
you
was
were in
in
high
my
school,
I was in my early 20s. So when I was first working at ESPN, I was working overnights and whatever. Like I lived at home because like I didn't go out anyway. So like might as well save some money and hang out. So I lived there for 2 years, and I dated this girl who also lived at home who was going to school. Still, she was in her grad school situation, and it like we were kind of like bonded because of that. But if one of us was kind of not in that situation, I think it would have been a lot weirder and probably wouldn't have worked out. This guy's 33. That's a tough sell.
I thought Australians are more laid back about this.
I think they
Maybe
are.
I'm wrong. Maybe I know nothing about Australia.
When I was there, they were telling me they don't call each other girlfriend, boyfriend. They think that's like really childish. They just say partner, which I was kind of into.
I don't know if that'll catch on here. Maybe it is. It feels like
it means a whole different thing here, though. You know, partners.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to tell them.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's actually kind of crossed over into all kinds of relationships. Like I've heard it before, then expecting, I think, what you guys are hinting at, and then it's like, oh, okay, life partner is what I'd like to say, but I don't think that's going to catch on a ton.
It's a mouthful.
Really, you're going to have to find like anybody that's deciding that this is a deal breaker and that you're getting ghosted for. I mean, we could get into it and say that, hey, that person's kind of shallow, but I know full well, like north of 30, if another girl were 30 and living at home, you know, walking up to like pick her up and stuff, like, hey, how's it going, Jeff? You know, and is she staying with you for the weekend? Dropping her off on Sunday?
Yeah, it's a tough.
Yeah.
Also, what is this guy's plans for like getting out of the parents' house?
Wait, what, Wargon?
What is this guy's plans for getting out of his parents' house?
It doesn't sound like he has any.
Right, like maybe work on that before coming up with the lie about why
he's
there.
Lonely. He can't. He's lonely. You know,
he's lonely, dude.
Yeah. Maybe get your own place. Just
have you heard of the male loneliness epidemic? Come on.
Yeah.
I guess I think it has to be you're helping the parents, or it's like, hey, it's a financial reason, and I'm like just really savvy financially, and I have all these goals later in life. Those are kind of your two options.
Yeah, lie.
Yeah, that's 100%. Yeah.
Right.
Well, both of them are lies, really, but
maybe you can make it a mental health thing, so it's not a physical update. Like, hey, how's your dad doing? Like, well, he's not seeing people anymore. Hallucination stopped.
But again, so you're going to run into problems if this becomes a serious relationship. You have some explaining to do 6 months from now.
I'll follow up on the male loneliness epidemic that I've read so much about. No one's asked me for a quote yet, but
because you're doing great, you know.
No content hits like shitting on the other gender. That is just auto engagement now. I don't know when it took off. I'm noticing it a little bit more now. Maybe that's because I read one and now it's like, oh, this guy loves this stuff. But it's just like some woman had one the other day. It was like, men today ain't shit. They don't do this. They don't do this. They don't do this. 15,000 retweets. And it was auto. And then you can just be a dude and be like, women today, the stuff that they want. And then what they want versus what they're bringing, the stuff they won't do. 10,000 dudes just being like, hell yeah, brother. That's not going to help
solidarity. I saw I don't know what's real anymore online, but I was reading this thing where I think she was a TikTok influencer who was married with kids. She posted this video about how she doesn't cook breakfast for her husband. She only cooks it for herself and her kids because she's like, he's a grown man. He could do it himself. And apparently he like saw the video and filed for divorce a couple days later. Like, damn.
I'm with you. I never believe any of those. Like whenever it's here's what I do or don't do for my significant other, and it's just like the most atrocious thing, and then everybody freaks out and says how terrible the person is. I think that means that person's winning, that they did the entire thing. Is there any way you could build a fort on their property?
Yeah, I got this place in the tree behind my parents' house. Come check it out.
Is that worse, actually?
It's definitely worse, yeah.
Now that we're talking about it. I just don't think we were super helpful today.
Yeah, See, I'd want to live by myself, so I can't relate to this guy. I'm the opposite.
Yeah, but if you have to, like, stuff happens, right? Stuff happens in life. Guy just got out of a relationship. You know,
I'm not saying I wouldn't live with my parents at some point. There'd be an end game to that.
Let's end this on a positive, and I mean this. It sounds like this breakup hasn't been awesome for you. There is nothing like the mental reset of going home. I don't know that it helps. I mean, some people have this incredible dynamic with their parents where they're not just their parents, they're their best friends. And it can be this recharging thing. But I think for a lot of people, and I would include this, and when I had to go home because I had no other options, it was awful. Okay. It was a reminder. I felt like I was going in reverse, you know, and it was like, I'm older, but I'm kind of still like their kid. And now I live here and I've had this taste of freedom for 7 years. And now, like, there's things that are expected of me when it's still like, hey, man, you're going to live in this person's house. You're probably not going to pay any rent for a little while. You know, and I lasted only a couple months. So it wasn't like it was like, hey, you didn't kick in for water in November. But it can be really tough. All right. And I think a lot of people would agree with that because it just feels like, you know, you never want to be like, you know what I want to do is, well, I guess maybe sometimes you get a little bit older and you start reminiscing about going backwards. But going home is usually not this mentally uplifting reset. And you're kind of in that mode right now. But the fact that you are trying to date because you don't want to be lonely. There's so many other people that would be completely shutting it down. Like, oh, I'm at home. Nobody wants me. I'm not even going to try. I don't know if you struggled with that. I don't know that you thought about it. If you did and you're here, great. If you didn't, even better, and you're here, so that's great. You're not finding the right people. You're not finding the right person that's going to understand your situation. You're not finding the person that cares more about who you are than what your current living situation is. And sure, on the surface, if you introduce somebody and be like, hey, he's bald. Or, you know, they don't even like, hey, you got to meet my friend. Oh, what's he like? Oh, he's bald. Oh, he lives with his parents. Oh, he hasn't worked in 3 years. Like, that's just not a great headline
under
for
6
anybody.
feet. Yeah.
Unless it's ESPN.com. But you are actually in a better place than I think a lot of people would be, ending the relationship, having to go home, and not even wanting to get back into the game. A lot of our emails about guys be like, how do I get back out there? So if you keep throwing enough innings, you'll probably find somebody that understands where you're at in life right now and does not look at your living situation as a barrier. But I would, if we're going to come up with a lie, you need to emphasize to everyone how right around the corner you're out of there, even if it isn't true. You know, I don't answer and go, you know, I'm pretty content. Costs are down. I could do this another 5.
Yeah. Free sandwiches. Yeah.
Cuts the crust off. All right. Thanks to Wargon. Thanks to Frias. Thanks to Ceruti. We have the St. Bart's episode tomorrow for the travelogue. Again, tempered hopes. Ryen Russillo podcast. We're under Spotify.
They were going to name me Michael Jordan. My dad was like, I don't think he can live up to it. So they named me Michael Jared.
Must be 21 and older and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is there. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.